Hi everyone, this is U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe. I am here to take your immigration questions. So if you have an immigration question, go ahead, put your questions in the comments because I am here for that reason. I'm here to take your immigration questions. Now, as I wait for your questions to come in, I'm going to formally introduce myself. I am U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe. I help clients to get status in the United States. I also help clients to get their green card. So if you are thinking about the process, you're currently in going through the immigration process, now I know you have questions. So go ahead and put your questions in the comments and then I will address those. So Leanne Hines 5, why is immigration taking so long with paperwork these days? Because, you know, during the past during the past administration, they had internal systems that, it was not necessarily conducive to a faster process. And in addition, on top of that, you had the COVID, which happened, which basically, created worsening conditions in regards to processing time. So unfortunately, that's the case. But from all indications, they're working on reducing the backlog and improving the immigration experience. So I am optimistic for the future. Wifey Renee 21, thanks so much. It's nice to see you here as always. So Mariella Mella, deported, can he come back to NYC? So whenever there's a deportation, it all depends on what the reason for the deportation is. There may be ways for them to come back. It just depends on what the facts are. In some cases, it just depends. For example, if it involved possession of large amounts of drugs or drug sale or drug trafficking, that is one thing that there is no waiver available for. However, there may be other things. So it may be misrepresentation or fraud. It may be, a criminal issue that can be overcome through a waiver. So it all depends. I encourage you to have him schedule a consultation with me and we can go over the options. Love Heart 932, I have an issue where my mother in the U.S. is withholding my documents. So if that is the case, definitely get in touch with me. There are a number of things that come to mind when you say that. Now, I would want to delve further into your facts, but if your mother is withholding your documents, then that is definitely indicating to me that there is a problem and that she is violating your rights. And so what you can do is give me a call at 561-405-4889, schedule a consultation, and then we can get to talk about what's going on and whether you do qualify based on that. So Stocky 95, I'm in Boca Raton, Florida. However, I represent clients all over the country and the globe because I work with the USCIS offices across state lines and U.S. embassies in other countries as well. So in immigration, it's okay. So why do people on TikTok say if someone threatens to report you, then it actually helps you to get it faster? So what they may be referring to is it doesn't necessarily make you get it faster, but there is a path depending on who is doing the threatening. So if it's your U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse, if you're under 25, a parent, or if it's a U.S. citizen son or daughter who's 21 and up and they are threatening to report you, that could be a part of a larger problem where you are being mistreated, you're being abused, And in cases like that, there are ways to apply for permanent residence on your own without them. Also, it may be a trafficking issue where the person took you into the U.S. and said, well, if you leave, I'm going to report you to ICE. Those are situations that could qualify you for a T visa and eventually a green card. So it's not necessarily makes it go faster, but you have a path to permanent residence or status. Gemini fee, I think that's Fifi. When is the best time to call you? So the operating hours is between 8:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. When you call within that time, you will likely speak to the scheduling coordinator, who will go ahead and work with you to schedule an appointment, confirm it, and then you'll be on my schedule to meet with me. So Christina Hanniford, overstayed my visa by 6 months. Mom is a green card holder. Will be doing her status next week. So if you overstayed your visa and your mom is the one that will be applying for you as a green card holder, then you would not qualify to adjust status within the United States. You would have to get a waiver. That's basically, that would, once, if it's approved, it allow you to go to your home country and complete the green card process there. If your mom became a U.S. citizen and if you're under 21 and unmarried, you could qualify to stay within the U.S. But if you're over 21, so if you're under 21, I should say, if you're under 21 and unmarried and your mom becomes a citizen, there's a way to qualify to apply for the green card here. But if you're over 21 and over and you are here, even if your mom becomes a U.S. citizen, you would have to go through the waiver process. So I highly recommend, Christina, that you get legal advice to make sure you know your options. Queen of Hearts Sapphire, I have a grand uncle who is a green card holder. Is there any way to get him citizenship? He's old. So yes, so if he qualifies for citizenship and he's willing to go through the citizenship process, in some cases, if he is very old and he has certain health conditions that will not will hinder him from successfully completing the citizenship test, there are ways to apply for an exemption. Also, if he has been here for a certain amount of time and he's over a certain amount of age, which it sounds like it, then he could also get citizenship that way. You can schedule a consultation and then we can talk more about how how to work on the application to get him make it a successful application for him. And Janstha, I got my SSN. I'm waiting for my green card, so now I can work or not, ma'am. So it depends. I don't know. Now, if you have an I551 stamp in your passport, you were approved, so you were officially approved for your permanent residence, then it's possible, but I don't know. Based on what you told me, you said you have your social security number. I don't know if you got a new one based on your new status as a green card holder. So you would schedule a consultation with me, because I don't want to give you information just based off of general information. So you said you have here IR1, which is indicative that you have received status. However, are you outside of the United States? Are you coming in? As long as you have some proof of permanent residence, like an I-551 stamp or a document, a letter saying that you are now a permanent resident, and that's temporary proof of your permanent residence. For example, the visa, the IR1 visa would be temporary evidence that you have permanent residence Also, if you're coming into the country, you'd also get an I551 stamp, which could also be evidence. So it all depends. Give me a call so I can give you more accurate advice. Someone special, do you also apply for B1, B2 visas from the UK to the US? So I can definitely help as long as this is for a US visa. Now, if you are a citizen of the UK, you should be able to come to the United States under the visa waiver program. But if you are still a if you're a citizen of another country that needs a visa, then definitely you'd have to apply. So overstayed, Black Diva, overstayed my visa by 2 years, getting married to my boyfriend next month. What's the next step? So it all depends on your boyfriend's status, and then I could advise. So if your boyfriend is a US citizen, and as long as you overstayed your visa and you don't have any other disqualifying issues, you could possibly stay in the United States and apply. If your boyfriend is a green card holder, there will be additional steps, like you'd have to apply for what's called a waiver. It's like applying for forgiveness for overstaying. So it all depends. And based on that, then I could tell you what next step. So definitely schedule up. Now is a good time. So now is a good time, Black Diva, to schedule a consultation before you actually jump into the process, so you know exactly what's in store for you, whether you qualify, what you need to do, your rights through the process. Good shorts. Thanks for the follow. Hi there, Gucho Prodley. It's nice to see you. Anjansa. So you're finally in the US. So Anjansa, now that you're in the US and now that you do have that, so as long as you got through, the officer did stamp you and send you through, then you should be clear to work. So that tells me that if you're finally in the US and you came in on your immigrant visa, the officer let you through, you're a permanent resident. So purple 447532, and congratulations, Anjansa. I'm happy to hear that. Purple 447532. You're welcome. Gemini Fifi, I'm in Atlanta. Can you assist? Absolutely. I represent my clients all over the country. What I do is I start with a phone or video consultation for clients who are not close by. So keep those questions coming. I'm here to answer your immigration questions. So I see some more questions. So let's see. So Fiona Garrix, thanks for the follow. DJ Raf Nation, thanks for the follow. So you need information about the investor's visa. So the E2 investor's visa is for citizens of E2 countries, and that there are a number of countries all across the world. I just posted a video showing the long list of countries. Some of those countries include Jamaica, Trinidad, Argentina, Bolivia, Costa Rica, Panama, Grenada. So those I'm just listing, some in South America as well as Central America and the Caribbean. But there are a long list. So what you can do is you can check out that video. If you're not one of the citizens of the countries that I listed, you can look to see if your country falls in that list. But what you have to show is that you're going to start or expand a business in the United States, that you are a citizen of this country, and that you have the substantial investment, so the capital, to be able to run that business successfully in the United States. Give me a call, schedule a consultation, and we can look at your particular business and whether you qualify. Luis Memdes, USA, it's nice to see you, and thanks for sharing the live. Fiona Garrix, how much for the consultation? It's $100. And Black Diva, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. It's $150 for up to 1 hour. and you will get, you will get up to an hour of very valuable information. I always say here that it is worth it to do this because you walk out, you're assured of your rights, or if something else is, there's something else that you need to deal with. And you can walk out with me as your attorney should you need further assistance. So Christina Hanniford, you missed everything. Could you repeat? So Christina, I'm not sure what your question was. Was it you that where your mom withheld the documents? I want to explore your facts further because there may be a way to apply for status in the U.S. based on what I'm hearing. So Anjansta, yes, I have an I551 Stamp Social Security. You are good to go, Anjansta. You are officially a permanent resident and you just have to wait for the card in the mail. But as long as that I551 stamp is valid, you can use it as evidence of your permanent residence. Congratulations. Black Diva, I'm getting married to my boyfriend next month. I overstayed by 2 years. What's next? Okay, so I already answered that one and I'm looking forward to hearing from you, Black Diva. Lovely Mia 42, thanks for the follow. So how about my husband and wife always threatening me to report me to ICE? My husband is a green. Absolutely. Lovely Mia, when your husband is, even as a green card holder, as a spouse of a green card holder, you qualify to apply on your own based on what I'm seeing here. Now it's a matter of putting together the evidence, which I help my clients to do, and then I submit the application. So this is a type of application that does take a lot of strategy and legal know-how, but it is definitely there for individuals like you that you're going through this. So give me a call, schedule a consultation, let's go further into your facts and then talk about applying. Purple 447532, can someone who is in the queue for green card leave the country until they get it? So it really depends on what the situation is. Usually if you're in the country already and you've overstayed by 6 months, if you leave the country to try to wait it out outside of the country, you would get an unpleasant surprise because you would go to the interview and then find out that you're inadmissible. So it all depends on what your situation is. Purple 447532, schedule a consultation. I can't tell you the importance of this. If you're thinking about returning home, make sure that you are safe doing it because some people leave and they can't come back and they no longer qualify for the green card. So Stocky, you mentioned extended stay. How does that work? So I'm not sure what I said regarding the extended stay. So Stocky 95, if you are here on a visa and your authorized time is about to expire, you can apply for an extension. However, can you just clarify what you're talking about? Because I don't remember what I referred to in regards to an extended stay. Now, if you overstayed, I may have said overstayed. And so I don't know if you misheard me. But whenever I say overstayed, very often. And so that might be what I said. Light of the Noble Q. It's nice to see you here again. With B1, B2 visited US for the 3rd time now. I want to get a chance to work here. What is my chances? It all depends on how you qualify. You have to probably qualify through family, through an employer, and you have to go through a process. So usually you can't just be here on a visitor's visa and be able to work. You must be qualified through a family member or through an employer to apply for the work permit. So Joseph Hugo. I'm a plumber, age 25. Please, what are my chances? So just unfortunately, just being a plumber is not going to to qualify you, you would have to qualify through family or through an employer who's willing to sponsor you. You're welcome, and Jansa. Nikki B, hi there. Michelle Caesar, hi. Lovely Maya, previous wife of my husband. So his ex-wife always threatening me to report to ICE. Okay, so his ex-wife. Okay, so that's what I see. So in this case, if your ex-wife is always threatening to report you to ICE, then you would not have a qualifying relative because it would be his ex-wife. So unfortunately, there would be nothing to do about that, except to try to cut her off in some way, or your spouse. Hopefully, he is also trying to play a part in creating boundaries. Kipling 96. I spoke to you last week about an E2 investor's visa, but I'm unable to get you on the phone. I'm in Jamaica. So Kipling 96, what you can do is go to the website and you will see a contact form. Complete that contact form and we will definitely get back to you on it. Hi there, Roshan Reed. So Roshan Reed, hi. So DJ Raf Nation, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Monique, if you miss your first interview and reapply for another interview, how long do you have to wait? So it all depends on what the processing times are for that particular field office that's scheduling the interview. I've seen as long as 4 months. So Kendall Boss, hi, is it true they're going to pass a law to eliminate the 3 and 10 year bar? So there is a proposed law before Congress that is working on eliminating that 3 to 10 year bar. However, it's not certain whether they will pass it. It hasn't even passed the House. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I have to be realistic at the same time. I do hope and pray that that does happen, because it causes a lot of havoc for many individuals and families. So Nikov, I had applied for my wife since 2018, but I'm still waiting. Why does this process take so long? So it might be I don't know if you are a U.S. citizen or if you're a green card holder, but that very much could play into how long it's taking. So Jessica Doll 48, hey, good evening. I'm a practical nurse in Jamaica. How can I work and travel? So you would have to qualify through an employer. So the first thing you'll have to do is see if an employer is recruiting practical nurses to come to the United States and work. And that could be one way. Now, as an immigration attorney, I don't search for employers, but I do help with the application process. So that would be the first step, is to find somebody who would be willing to sponsor you. You're welcome, Light of the Noble Q. Phantom Phoenix 90, overstayed visa. How long does it take to get status through VAWA with spouse who is a green card holder? So right now, because it's current, because there's no wait list for the immigrant visa number, I would say you could be looking at a 2.5 year process. Monique, you're welcome. Kendall Boss, can you get a waiver if you have a 10 year and if you've been out of the country for 8 years? So yes, so there is the waiver that's available for those who have been outside of the country as well. You would have to have a U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse or parent who will experience extreme hardships without you. And that is an area I work on. So give me a call, schedule a consultation, and then we can go more in depth as to whether you specifically qualify for this waiver. Jessica Doll 48, you're welcome. Camille Bartholom, thanks for sharing the live. So these questions are great. These are all good questions. Keep those questions coming, because that's why I'm here. I like to close out the night with you all. and answer your questions. Hi, Sandeep. It's nice to see you here. Kendall Boss, you are welcome. So now is the time to do that. I am here usually for half an hour. Sometimes I stay longer if I get a ton of questions. So keep those questions coming. So Bartholomew. Okay, so it's nice to see you, Bartholomew. So I don't see any more questions coming in, so I'm going to call it a night. But as usual, I'll be back tomorrow. So look out for me, follow me if you're not following me. That way you'll get notice when I go live, and then you can hop on and ask. Okay, so I see a few more. I'm gonna stay to answer these. So Kimmy, hi, if you're applying for US student visa, how much years of tuition you'll have to show? So it all depends on how much capital you have. Usually they like to see that you can pay for at least one academic year, and that you have the means to pay continuously to pay for the tuition. So it's important to show income, to show source where you would be getting the income. So for example, student loans, savings accounts, the means by which you plan to pay for the tuition. Samantha, can an application fee for the green card be waived? So with the I-130, usually it can't be waived. The I-485, it may be possible. It just depends on what your circumstances are. Jessica Doll, 48, saw you post something about E2 visa. What are the requirements? So you'll have to be the citizen of an E2 country, and you'll have to show that you have sufficient capital to run a successful business in the United States. So E2 countries includes Jamaica. And if you're not a citizen of Jamaica, then there is a video that I just posted that lists all the countries that are E2 countries. You can check it out and see if your country is on that list. All right, so let's see. So I'm from Trinidad. I want to apply for the visa. So great, Bartholomew. Give me a call, schedule a consultation, and then we'll talk more about that. I think you're talking about the E2 visa. You're welcome, Kimmy. So Fiona Garrix, the video keeps pausing. I'm showing good connection on my end, but I don't know. It may be on your side. Samantha, can an application fee for green card be waived? So I went ahead and answered that. Geneve Miller, thanks for the follow. Fiona, I did hear the answer to my question. Okay, so I think you're saying you did hear the answer to the question. No, so Christina, you can't apply for the B2 while in the US. You'd have to go to the visa to get the B2 visa. Grace, I definitely do asylum. What the first thing we'll do is start with a consultation to make sure that you qualify for asylum. So thanks again, everyone, for your questions. Just follow me, and tomorrow, as soon as I go live, you'll get notice and you can come on and ask your questions again. So have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.